We're going to look at the Discovering Congruent Triangle Theorems activity. At this point, students already know that if all sides and all angles of two triangles are congruent, that those two triangles must also be congruent. What they don't know are the congruent triangle theorems, such as side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, 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 side, and hypotenuse, leg. This activity allows students to make observations between different triangles in order to discover what those theorems are. To do this activity, students will have, or you will have had to have printed out those pages within this lesson. They may want to cut them out, but you probably don't want to cut them out ahead of time because there is information on the different pages that they will need as well. If there are two triangles on the same page, though, you will have to cut that so that there's only one triangle per sheet per student. Each student is given one of those triangles and then asked to find the other student in the classroom that has the same dimensions that are recorded on their paper. Students will not have to do any measuring themselves. Those measurements and recordings are already attached to their triangle. After they have found their match, they're then asked to compare those triangles to determine if they are in fact congruent. So just in looking at a few examples, the first one that we see has sides that are 15 centimeters, 10 centimeters, and 15 centimeters. So one student would be given this triangle, while another student is given this one, a triangle with the same exact measurements, but that has a different orientation. Their job or their task is to see if these two triangles are in fact congruent, which they can do either by cutting the triangles out or by simply putting them up against each other if they can see through the paper. Another example is still side, 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 7, 8, and 13, while this one on the same page is also 7, 8, and 13. So remember, this page will have been cut in half so that a different student is given each of these. And they will then check to see if these two triangles that have the same side measurements are in fact completely congruent, meaning that all of their angles are also congruent. Here's our example for side, angle, side. Although this angle is 90 degrees. Here's another one that they are able to look at, 10, 54, and 10. Noticing that the measurements are the same, but that the orientations are different. So while I'm not asking you to work the entire activity, I would like for you to browse through the different pages, see the different theorems that are there, notice the pages where the theorems are shown to not be true, and see how you think about how you normally would do this with your students. Compare that to this activity, and then be ready to discuss that.